The bearded one speaks. I am not perched within striking distance, and can hear every syllable he utters. His hubris amusing in a different light, but the lightens fades as darkness comes. A riddle to those hindered by limited perspectives. A profound truth to one such as I. Something ancient and powerful assaults my senses, but the path ahead is unclear. I sense a darkness. Perhaps an absence of light. It sets my scales on edge. My feeling is my own. It grew from a tickle behind my broken horn when the fool of a battle mage opened the halls of Colossus. Now it swirls like a black storm around me. Quite unpleasant. Perhaps the new arrivals can shed clarity on what is to come.
A portal? Here? See what you can make of it.
Tarn, how do you stand it? My head pounds like an orc drum.
You get used to it. And that was your best one yet.
Abner Tharn. You arrogant, vexatious son of a bleary-eyed...
Save your posturing, Sai. I missed you too, but we have a bigger problem to deal with.
Tharn. He casually picks up right where he left off. You talk to the man. He appears to have some modicum of respect for you.
Five Claw! My head spins from the effort that took. Cadwell made it look so easy. By the moons, though, my heart sings at the sight of you, my friend. I did. Cadwell acquired power over portals after attuning at the Shadow Dance Temple. Tarn suggested I might have the same ability, and he has been helping me. Just between us, he is not the most patient teacher. Lord Gareshri has my kingdom well in hand. We continue to clean up the mess left by the usurper queen, and there are still stray dragons to deal with. But Tarn convinced me that here. Working with a dragon, what an odd sensation. So Tarn has told me. He has been exchanging letters with Sai Sahan for some time. Do not expect me to turn my back on the creature, but I will respect this alliance. Moons, this must be what a mouse feels like in the presence of a purring Alfiq. I traveled to Southern Elsweyr not just to finish this business with the dragons. The Khajiit of Palatine have been on their own for too long. The time has come to welcome them back into the Confederacy. The Elsweyr Confederacy, an alliance between Anequina and Palatine. The various political upheavals and the Nahatan flu have left the Confederacy in shambles. I plan to rectify that. Gareshri insisted I bring an armed escort. He worries so. Marching down from Rimmon, I suppose. Tarn was in a hurry, so he had me practice my portal making. Zamarak and the others will catch up to us, eventually. Five Claw, you just want to hear tales of your exploits. Very well. You and Abner Tarn arrived in Northern Elsweyr to help deal with the dragon threat that Tarn unintentionally released upon us. Along the way, we discovered a terrible truth. That Euraxia, the usurper queen, Tarn's half-sister, orchestrated the release of the dragons. We ended her reign, only to learn that the dragons had plans of their own. Calgrontid, leader of the dragons, sought the power hidden in Jode's core. We killed the dragon Mulamnir and flung Calgrontid into the void, but not before he absorbed the core's power. Then I took back my family's throne and accepted the crown of Anequina. As for Calgrontid, you should talk to Tarn.
I see that my instructions were followed to the letter. The champion of Aquina, Sai Sahan, and the dragon Nafalar together in the same place, and I have brought Chimera. We have much to discuss. It concerns Calgrontid. Calgrontid absorbed a good deal of the Core's power before we stopped him. I hoped he was lost in the void after we dislodged him, but like us, he made his way back to Tamriel. I've been hunting for him ever since. Not just that. I pieced together his ultimate plan. Calgrontid boasted he would become the equal of Akatosh, and your dealings with Lodvalon and the cult of the New Moon suggest they were preparing for an ascension. Isn't it obvious? Calgrontid plans to become a god. There's an island off the coast, Dragonhold. In the Kunzari legends, it was the dragon's seat of power. I can't open a portal to it, I can't even scry it. It's protected by potent magic. You face the cult of the New Moon? The cultists revere Calgrontid. They must have a method for getting to and from the island. I assume their base at the New Moon Fortress holds the answers we seek.
Strange green stone. Does that sound like what you're looking for, Tharn?
Indeed. Since I read about it in your reports, I've wanted to examine it. Chimera, can you...
No more portals, Tarn. Not right now. I have duties other than conveying you around, you know.
Oh, very well. Sai, let's talk. We'll meet our friend at the fortress.
I think I will leave the investigation of the cultist stronghold to you and the sour old men, Five Claw. I want to find out more about the situation in Palatine from your Dragon Guard companions. They are locals, yes?
I need a few moments to confer with my old companion, Sai Sahan. Privately. We'll meet you at the New Moon Fortress in short order. If you need a reminder about your time there, why don't you seek out this Casca you mentioned? I've traveled from Rolkar to Torval, scouring libraries and harassing moon singers to learn every tale related to Kunzari. Those legends provide our only window into Calgrontid's history. That's what led me south, to that confounded island.
A dragon that wants to be a god? As ridiculous as that sounds, Tharn's reaction tells me that this Calgrontid poses a serious threat not just to Southern Elsweyr. He endangers the entire world. We'll meet you at the New Moon Fortress.
I need a few moments to confer with my old companion, Sai Sahan. Privately. We get along just fine. I am affable and gregarious, after all. That said, I may have ridiculed his outlandish oaths and blatantly disregarded his code of honor once or twice. The difference between an idealist and a pragmatist, you understand? As I'm sure you surmised by now, I take great pride in using every weapon in my arsenal. The shirtless mammoth falls squarely into that category. Besides, we have too much to do to worry about stepping on each other's feelings.
Don't you know that interruptions at nap time cause mange of the fur? You mean other than the cultists that were trying their damnedest to disembowel us? Wait a moment. What in the Two Moons could possibly warrant a return visit to that awful place? Huh. Now that you mention it, I did hear a few of those nutters mentioning sending the green stone to an island, and they were certainly sacrificing something on that altar in the amphitheater. I am not a mage. I wouldn't know a portal from a hole in the ground, but that's where they were gathering the green, Aeon stone, I think they called it. If they have a way to move the stone, it must be in the amphitheater. That's where I would look. May the moons protect you on your mission. If you need a helping claw, come find me after my nap. I heard Aelia say something about meeting with the Queen of Enequina, which I take to be some sort of euphemism. As for the captain, he went to collect his special order, a case of plum brandy, the good stuff. Already storing it away, I'd wager.
If you have the respect of Clan Murtagh, you have mine too.
You need to rest, old man. Don't pretend otherwise.
If you insist. Talk to Sai. I need a moment.
I expected the New Moon cultists to disperse after the death of Latvulan. I suppose Kalgrantid has other ideas. We need to determine how the cultists reach the Dragon's protected island. And according to Tharn, the cult operates both here and on the island. They must have a way to get from here to there. The stockpile of Aeon Stone and this amphitheater are as good a place to start our search as any. That entrance has most likely been sealed in response to what you and she accomplished here. A structure as ancient as this must have other entrances, though. Let's find one and make our way to the amphitheater. Tharn will be fine. He just needs to catch his breath. Which means I get a few blissful moments without listening to his scathing observations. Now let's move quickly. Kalgrantid must be dealt with before he can complete his ascension. The fortress is built atop the cliffside, and the river runs along its base. There must be another way into the fortress along the river. I can feel it in my beard. We need to find another way in. Let's follow the river. Cross here. I have a feeling. This looks promising.
You found a way inside, and without my help. Good. You never cease to surprise me, Sai.
What now, old man?
In the past, I considered you nothing more than Varen's muscle, but here you are, leading a new generation of Dragon Guard.
Your point, Tharn?
Just contemplating how some people adapt to change.
Some seek change, others have it forced upon them.
Wisdom from an empty well here in the belly of our enemy. Let's stick to the matter at hand, shall we?
Fleas. There is work to do on my island.
Calgronti!
You shall be the first to behold the rise of the Dark Aeon.
The portal just closed. Tharn, can you open it?
Perhaps, but not by myself. Champion, let's talk.
Our way to the island was just here. Talk to Tharn and get the old mage to open it while there's still time.
I know Sai was hoping for a confrontation, but I doubt we could have survived an encounter with Calgrontied. He looked even more powerful than when we saw him at Jode's core. Now, about that portal. This array of stones forms the portal's focal point. That's Aeon Stone, mined from sites throughout Southern Elsweyr. I did a little research after receiving Sai's report. We need to energize the stones to activate the portal to Dragonhold. Aeon Stone has no intrinsic power. It amplifies whatever energy it absorbs. That's the key to activating the portal. If you step close to the stones, I'll siphon a bit of your vitality into them. That should provide power enough to open the portal. As I said, I did some research. Approach each Aeon Stone and I'll siphon a little of your vitality into them. That should provide the energy I need to activate the portal to Dragonhold. You think so? My knowledge is infinitesimal and it irks me. The stone exists only in Southern Elsweyr. It absorbs and amplifies energy using a process I can utilize but don't fully understand. The cultists certainly accumulated a lot of it, though. You take great pleasure in forcing me to admit to gaps in my knowledge, don't you? Point taken. Calgrontied absorbed a significant amount of energy from Jode's core. With all the stone he had the cultists send to the island, I assume its unique properties factor into his plans in some fashion. Good. The Aeon Stones hum with energy. That should allow me to open the portal to Dragonhold. This is harder than I thought. It's open. Our way to the island. Sai, go. Prepare the Dragon Guard.
Go? You can barely stand, old man.
Don't argue with me. Calgrontied's plan's near completion, and it will take all of us to stop him. Go!
Damn you, Tharn. I'll leave, but you better not die before I return.
I remember when spells such as this took barely any effort. While Sai rallies the Dragon Guard, our job will be to reach the island and find a way to lower its defenses. Then we can take on Calgrontied with our full contingent. We're going to the ancient seat of Calgrontide's power to face a dragon that not only possesses the might of Jode's core, but the amplifying abilities of the Aeon Stone. I imagine we'll need to be ready for anything. Your concern is touching, but I'd prefer you save it for someone of lesser stature. Now, as we leap into the maw of near-certain death, we have one advantage. Calgrontide doesn't consider us a threat. Let's show him the error of his ways. It appears that the portal deposited us inside an ancient structure. I assume we're somewhere beneath the island of Dragonhold. The architecture reminds me of both the halls of Colossus and the barrows of Skyrim. Interesting. That's an approximate translation of the Ta'agra text, from the secret histories of the Moonsingers. Calgrontide reigned from here before Kunzari imprisoned him in the halls of Colossus. Some sort of powerful magic isolates this island. An Aegis. We need to find the source of the Aegis and destroy it so Nafalar and the Dragon Guard can join us. We'll never stop Calgrontide without them. Everything I learned about Calgrontide came from a few oblique references in the Khajiit myths. Let's see if we can find anything to add to our knowledge while we search for a way to dispel the Aegis. An Aegis is a defensive spell. While the magic used in the Matrix surrounding Dragonhold is unknown to me, it bears some resemblance to spells I've cast in the past. I assume the Aeon Stones serve as a key component in the process, whatever it is. That supposition was simply an educated guess. But yes, I believe that by channeling the energy from Jode's core through this strange Aeon Stone, Calgrontide can achieve an unprecedented level of power. Will that equal godhood? Who can say? I don't like the way this island is shaking. That tapestry. Give me a moment to study it. Obviously of Khajiit origin, old, maybe as ancient as these ruins, perhaps older. I think this depicts one of the forbidden legends. Oh, I can think of any number of reasons for a culture to declare a myth or legend forbidden, though most involve topics too disruptive or dangerous to discuss openly. This particular tale deals with the rise of the new moon. Indeed, anything that hints at changing the status quo poses a danger to those in charge. See the number of moons? The Khajiit acknowledge multiple moons, but they rarely depict any besides Joan and Jode. The third moon is larger than both of them. The figures at the bottom, those must represent the new moon cultists. And see the Aeon Stone, emanating energy that gives rise to the third moon? Yes, I'm certain. This depicts the legend of the Dark Aeon. I came across another one of the secret Moonsinger myths during my research. It predicts the coming of a powerful new moon, the Dark Aeon. I think Calgrontiid seeks to make this ancient prognostication a reality. Now, let's find the Aegis. According to the legend, this new moon presages a time of darkness and the birth of a new supreme being. Calgrontiid seeks to make the prophecy come true. Damn it. I won't have my legacy tarnished by a mad dragon I inadvertently released. Ah, the confidence of youth. Very well then, let's get on with it. We still need to find the source of the magic that's protecting this island. Dragon, but it's not Calgrontiid.
Continue to feed the ritual sites. Calgrontiid demands a throne in the sky. We must accomplish this or perish.
A throne in the sky? Forget the source of the island's defenses. We need to destroy these ritual sites. Stand back. Let me try. I may regret this later, but I'm going to borrow some of this energy. Let's return to the central chamber and get our bearings.
What pests dare scurry in this sacred place?
I'll deal with this creature.
You think to challenge me?
So much power!
Savor this reprieve, mortals. You cannot stop the Dark Aeon!
That drove it off. Now, to find the source of the Aegis. So much for feeling like my old self again. It took every iota of energy I absorbed from the Aeon Stone, and all I accomplished was to wound the dragon and drive it off. And now, I'm as used up and worthless as an empty water skin. The injured dragon. There's nothing more dangerous, but also totally predictable. It will head to a secure location to mend its wounds. What could be more secure than the source of Dragonhold's defenses? Your observational skills never cease to amaze me. The energy gave me a boost, but it also wreaked havoc with my body. A mortal vessel was never meant to contain such power. Now that it's gone, I'm nearly spent. I'm not sure we stopped the ritual in time. There's a disturbance in the air. Something's about to happen. Come on. Let's find the source of the island's defenses while we still can. The humans and Khajiit could, but not Nafalar. We need that dragon and the bond you share to defeat Calgrontiid. As long as the Aegis is in place, Nafalar can't reach Dragonhold. We need to remove it. More cultists. Where do the dragons find these demented Khajiit? Another tapestry. And that's clearly a dragon. This tapestry continues the legend of the Dark Aeon. I suppose it would be more accurate to call it a prophecy. Because the cultists don't believe what we see here happened in the past. They believe the Dark Aeon will arise in the future. The very near future, if Calgrontiid has his way. I think the land at the bottom represents this island, Dragonhold. See the vast amounts of Aeon Stone, including the spire at the center? Its energy feeds into the new moon as it rises into the night sky. That's the Dark Aeon. The new moon, the new god that Calgrontiid plans to ascend to. But all that energy, that must be the source of Dragonhold's defenses. We have to find this location. We need to hurry and find the wounded dragon. The tremors grow worse with every passing moment, and I fear we're running out of time. We kill it, though I'm hardly fit for another battle. Even so, I doubt we'll be able to deal with the Aegis while the dragon still lives. Up there! That's Calgrontiid!
That foul scent. I know these worms. You cannot stop me. This island will ascend, and I shall become the Trespassers. You will not destroy the Aegis.
Potentially when I try to destroy the Guramar may be wounded, but he's still a dragon.
Slow down!
Keep the dragon distracted. The Aegis is stronger than I thought. Destroyed the Aegis. But now we need to get out of here.
I am the Dark Aeon!
I may have dealt with the island's defenses, but whatever Calgrontied is doing is getting stronger. Dragon's bones were up in the sky. These ruins won't stand much more of this. We need to get out of here. A dead end. There's no choice. I'll open a portal to the mainland. Hurry! It will take the last of my remaining strength to hold this open. Find Chimera and Sai Sahan. Prepare the Dragon Guard to attack. I'll be ready when you return.
Soon.
Over here. I told you I sensed Tarn's magic.
Then where is... Why, the sacred sons of Yokuda? Up, in the sky!
How did the Dragon's Island get into the sky? And where is Tarn? Five Claw, tell me what is happening. The prophecy of the Dark Aeon and the New Moon. I should have seen it sooner. But what of Tarn? Where is he? Then we must return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and rally our forces. Even if Tarn managed to overcome the island's defenses, reaching an island in the sky could pose a significant problem. I must ponder the possibilities. I do not want to imagine Tarn alone on that island. We must gather our forces and get back to him quickly, Five Claw. I fear time is running out for all of us. That is more of a question for Sai Sahan. But ready or not, they are all we have. Let us return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and figure out how to reach the floating island. Tarn's magic. It has a specific scent. Since he has been training me to understand my attunement, I have learned to recognize his magic and track it when he unleashes it. I followed the trail, and it led me here. That is more of a question for...
Queen Chimera speaks true. We must return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and gather our forces. Go on. We'll meet you there. The island is floating, Dragon. I saw it with my own eyes.
Calgrontied seeks to fulfill the prophecy. I must keep the lesser dragons from attending him on Dragonhold.
Hey! Ah, there goes our ride.
What do we do now? How are we going to get to Dragonhold?
I could try to open a portal, but without Tarn's guidance, I do not even know how to begin.
A dragon has no sense of propriety, flying off without so much as a buy or leave. Without him or Tharn, we'll need to devise our own method for reaching Dragonhold. But by the Sword of Saints, I have no idea what that might be. And we'll find that way, somehow. For now, rest. Prepare yourself. And take this for your efforts. Remember, you confirmed Calgrontied's plan and removed Dragonhold's protection. We're one step closer to ending this, my friend. I refuse to be stymied by a hovering landmass. The floating island could be part of Calgronti's plan, but it could also mean he wanted privacy for his final push toward ascension. Either way, we need to find a way to get up there. I considered that option, but without a mage of Abner Tharn's abilities and experience, we have no way to activate the Aeon Stones. No, we'll need to come up with a different solution. As far as I know, this is the first time the Dragon Guard has faced this particular obstacle. We need to find a way to get up to that island, and we need to do so quickly. Talk to Queen Chimera. Her portal magic may turn out to be our only option.
Zaji proudly claimed that the perfect pawns could navigate any waters to reach any island, and that is true. But no waters surround an island in the sky. Sadly, that is also true.
I'd offer to help if I could, but I'm afraid I know next to nothing about magic.
Queen Chimera? When did Anequina put a Khajiit back on its throne? The state of heralds and couriers these days, it's a wonder we hear anything at all down this way.
Moons, guide me. Before my eyes, my friend. I seek a path for us, but find nothing but dead ends. I have one last idea. Moons willing, it will work as it did at Jode's core. The path I walked through the Shadow Dance Temple attuned me to the moons, and to the memories of my ancestor Anequina Sharp-Tongue. They were so clear when I needed them in Northern Elsweyr. Now, nothing. Not even a moon gate, yes? I do not think so. Those ancient edifices connect only to specific locations. I do not think one of those would be on Calgronti's island. Now that you are here, there is something else I would like to try. Watch over me while I try to access Anequina's memories. She helped Kunzari defeat Calgronti in the past. Perhaps her insights will help us today, yes? Maybe she will speak to me, maybe not. If nothing else, I have to try. Anequina, reveal your memories to me. The answer you seek resides in the cavern of the moon's sacred light.
That was... I don't know what that was. Queen Chimera, are you all right? I heard rumors that Queen Chimera was moon-touched, but that was disconcerting. Tell me, my friend, does she fall into trances like that very often? But what was that about the cavern of the moon's sacred light? Sounds like another riddle. I'm beginning to hate riddles.
That was intense. Anequina did not so much as show me her memories. She spoke through me. And her words, Fiveclaw, they were directed at you. I am as surprised as you are, my friend. But the message I received was clear. You must go to the Moonlit Cove. That is the cavern of the moon's sacred light. I am certain. The answer to our problem waits for you there. No, not this time. I want to search the memories and see if Enequina has more to tell us about Calgrontit and her adventures with Kunzari. I will confer with Sai Sahan, then have him meet you at the Moonlit Cove. Ghost cat? Like the spirits that accompanied us through the Shadow Dance Temple? Strange. I did not see this spirit. Are you certain of what you saw? Then I believe you, my friend. And the vision just confirms my conviction that Enequina's message was meant for you. Now, go to Moonlit Cove and find the answer we seek. Stay a moment, Sai Sahan. You can meet our friend at Moonlit Cove.
Good. You found the place. Let's talk. Queen Chimera recalled one last thing before I left her side. It took her a moment to understand what the vision was showing her, but she shared that knowledge with me. I know what we're looking for in this place. A door. An ancient door, hidden behind a waterfall. Somewhere to the southwest, she thinks. But we're not alone here. The place is crawling with pirates. Be on your guard. mirror said. A door hidden behind a waterfall. Just as Queen Mira said, a door hidden behind a waterfall. I'd say placing an ancient corridor and its matching door behind a waterfall counts as hidden. I wonder what's behind it that will help us reach Dragonhold. Not so fast, my eager associate. See that tablet on the wall? It appears that parts of it are missing. I've seen elaborate locks such as this in the past. Not with that aura of magic that surrounds it. I'll wait here and guard the place against those pirates. You go and find the missing pieces of the tablet.
This way, Father. Another few steps. Quick now. This one knew you could do it.
Your blood will be in the next batch.
Were you successful, my friend? I fear without the restored tablet, we won't open this door. The fragments fit together? What does it say? Anequina, Flinthild, Numerian. Those names. From the legends Abner goes on and on about. The Khajiit hero, Kunzari. Khajiit and their riddles. But when I said Kunzari's name, the aura disappeared. Try the door now. Could this really be the tomb of Kunzari? ghostly cat. Do you see it too, my friend? We came all this way. You might as well see what's inside.
Zar was thinking, Firefly will never decipher the clues. Then, to Zar's surprise, here you are. Zar thought we would meet much sooner, dearest friend. Anequina always was too clever with her connotations, yes? Still, you are here now, and we have some small span of time to stop the rise of the Dark Aeon. Do not make Zar blush, dear. Legendary certainly fits. Illustrious, even. But mythic, that's a little much, yes? This one is who you say. The luminous lion of Elsweyr. The Jonelight Junter. And the imprisoner of dragons. Kunzari. Apologies. It was much more grand when Zar's tales were widely told. As for why Zar has awakened, well, how could this one sleep with all the noise the dragons make? Calgrontied and his brood always were too rambunctious, yes? Oh no, dear friend. Zar's tales have all been told. As this one explained to Jadari long ago, it is time to sing the song of a new hero. Zar can lend you a bit of his experience, however. This one can tell you about a secret path to Dragonhold. You do not expect Zar to draw you a map, do you? Where is the fun in that? No, the tale must be relished, the adventure experienced. That is the way of momentous events. Take my claw and present it to the scion of Anequina. Just mind the skull. The brave and beautiful Khajiiti Queen. Anequina's blood courses through her sleek and fragrant form. Give her Zar's claw. She will know what to do with it when she sees it. A rib, a femur, but a claw is least cumbersome. Do not look so surprised. The remains of a Khajiiti legend hold great power. Power the sign of Anequina can use to walk the Jonelight path. Clever. You made Zar say more than he meant to. Well done. Take Zar's claw to the Anequina of this age. She can use it to get your Krajun to Dragonhold. Now, accept this fine gift. A quick path back to your Krajun. That is where this story truly begins.
All this way for the remains of a legend? I hope Queen Chimera knows what to do with it. Take the claw to Queen Chimera. Hopefully, it will provide her with the insight she needs to find us a path to Dragonhold. Into the bay. Really? I think the Ghost Cat did that on purpose. Bring the claw to Queen Chimera while I rally the Dragon Guard.
I hope that contentious old mage is all right. Fiveclaw, did you and Saisahan find the hidden door? Tell me, my friend, what did you find behind the hidden door? Do we have a way to reach Dragonhold? Truly, Fiveclaw? Bright moons. What did you find inside? A weapon? A tomb? Something even more magnificent. His claw? And this will help us reach Dragonhold and put an end to Calgrontiid? Well, if Kunzari's spirit insisted. It is a claw. That is definite. I will study it, search Anequina's memories. It must have a purpose, even if the meaning initially eludes me. Did Kunzari say anything else, Fiveclaw? The Jonelight Path? I have never heard of such a thing, but it does sound promising. Not yet, but I will study the claw and search my memories. Let the attunement guide me. The answer will come. I just need some time. Go, find Sai Sahan and make sure the Dragon Guard is ready to proceed.
If this Calgrontiid actually exists, how can either the Shields or the Dragon Guard hope to stand against it?
Just trust us, Father. I swear we won't let you down.
Well met. I hear you've been busy since last we spoke. Is it true you were on that island as it began to rise in the sky? No, don't tell me. I prefer not to learn the, no doubt, insanity-inducing details. Information, obviously. It isn't every day an island flies up into the sky. I wanted to find out what the Dragon God knew about it. My daughter provided more than I bargained for, what with the details concerning a mad dragon's plans for godhood. The Shields will do as they have always done. Keep Senshal safe and make sure its people come to no harm. I wish I believed this threat were confined to Senshal, or even Southern Elsweyr, but I fear the danger extends beyond our borders. When the conflagration begins, all we can do is attempt to keep our own space drenched against the flames. Dragon Guard's success, but I must see to my own. I hope you understand.
Sai gathered us and we're ready to go, but it seems like we're destined to simply hurry up and wait. And my father arrived a short time ago. He wants to know whatever we can tell him about the floating island.
General Renmus and the Shields will protect Senshal. If we can't assault Dragonhold, we'll direct our efforts to supporting the Shields.
Big Beard told us all about the ghost of Kunzari. Ah, Zaji loves those stories. Now, tell this one the truth? How much spiced whiskey did our oversized leader imbibe before the ghost appeared to him?
I am still waiting to hear how we're going to reach the floating island. Until then, all this rallying of the troops is just a waste of effort.
As Queen Chimera solved our transportation issue, the Dragon Guard is eager to at long last take the battle to Calgrontiid. Despite our past differences, the General did come through when we needed him. I extended an invitation and he decided to accept. Of course, he mostly came to find out what we could tell him about the floating island. General Renmus wishes us success in our mission, but he won't leave Senshal undefended. It falls to the Dragon Guard to assault Calgrontiid's stronghold. The General's forces will remain in reserve, protecting the city and ready to act if we fail.
Fiveclaw, I think I know what to do with Kunzari's claw. Fiveclaw, I think I understand. I can draw upon the power of the claw to open a portal to the Jonelight path. I think I can do this, yes. That is the part I have not fully worked out yet. But in Anequina's memories, I saw a place between places, full of moonlight and stars. We must walk the Jonelight path, just as Anequina, Kunzari, and the Krajun did in the ancient past. No, Five Claw. Without Tarn to guide me, I do not want to risk all of our eggs in this particular basket. The Dragon Guard will remain in reserve. Let them defend Senshal. Then, if we fail, it will be up to them to stop Calgrontiid. You are Five Claw. You and Sai Sahan. We are Krajun, a company of heroes. Together, we will walk the Jonelight path and see where fate takes us. Trust me, my friend. This is what the three of us must do. Dragon Guard, defend Senshal until you hear from us. Five Claw, Sai, with me. Enter the portal.
Welcome, dear friends, to the Jonelight path, where heroes such as we can climb the liminal forces that bind each here to every there.
Kunzari!
Oh, please. Blood of my beloved. To his friends, this one is simply Zar. Now, cross the Jonelight path and make your way to Dragonhold. The Jonelight path. Magnificent, yes? It was here that the most legendary Khajiit learned to cross vast distances in a short amount of time. The quickest way to reach the unreachable. Dangerous without an experienced guide. Luckily, you have Zar. Zar can go anywhere, yes. You? No, not so much. Between the two of us, only Kunzari has heard Azura's whispers and climbed the forbidden tree. But this one will show you how to reach Dragonhold. Now, hurry along before your heart bursts apart. Or your soul will be torn asunder. Only Azura's swiftest champions can survive in this between place for very long. Why? Who can say? Azura keeps certain secrets even from her favorites. Now, step lively upon the moonlight and be quick.
This place. I do not trust what my eyes see. And neither should you, my friend.
But Joan?
This is even more spectacular than Jode's core. We must listen to Kunzari and follow his directions, Five Claw. We do not want to get lost in this place between all places.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Such a wonder.
Mind the gaps between the stars, dear friends. Zar will feel terrible if any of you fall.
This place, it goes on forever. So many islands, but no way to reach them.
The end is near, dear friends. You can almost smell Calgronti's stench from here. the spot where the liminal of here touches the liminal of there. Yes, Zar breaks his own rules. It is his nature, yes? Through this portal awaits the end of a tale that started long ago. Moons guide you, dear friends. My dear friend, we have walked the Joan Light path together, and Zar will be with you in spirit when you face Calgrontied for the final time. Like Zar, you have the heart of a champion. You will make this one proud.
Portals. You enter first and emerge last. Even time refuses to work correctly around such magic. Come. Queen Chimera and Nephilar are up ahead.
What began in Anequina ends in the sky over Palatine. I sense power. A vast supply, building like a storm at the island's heart. Calgrontied is close to achieving his terrible goal. Luckily, Nephilar had the foresight to meet us here. I have a guess. Nephilar tells us Aeon Stones placed at key locations around the island. If we can disrupt the flow of energy through these focal points, it may stop Calgrontied's ascension ritual. If Abnar Tharn was with us, he would have a magical solution. In his absence, I see only one clear path. We must destroy the Aeon Stones that make up the focal points. I doubt Calgrontied has left them undefended. Be prepared for a fight, Five Claw.
Mask Bearer, don the Mask of Alkash and fill it with the energy of the creatures of Dark Aeon. It will protect you and the others from my fire.
I agree with Nephilar and Queen Chimera. Destroying the stones at these focal points seems our most prudent course of action. Let's get to it. Kill one of those Dark Aeon creatures, your mask glows with power.
There! That shard of Aeon Stone! Destroy it!
Attempt to stop my ascension!
It appears our efforts have displeased Calgrontied. Good.
Another focal point!
of the new moon? Never!
These ruins, could they be part of the complex you explored with Tharn?
If Tarn still lives, he could have taken refuge inside.
We'll find him, Queen Chimera. I've seen Tharn survive worse things than a floating island.
Moons help him, but I suspect Tarn has more to worry about than the floating island.
Hurry to the pinnacle.
The focal point should be just up ahead.
Whoever dares interfere with my ascension!
That was the last of the focal points. Now, to deal with Calgrontit.
As you say, Queen Chimera. Another obstacle? It won't stop us.
By the moons! Is that Tarn?
Late again. How typical. I had a feeling that you were behind the disruption of the other focal points. Figured I'd help by taking out this last one. Ever the voice of support and tact. Considering the circumstances, I could be worse. Unfortunately, I believe we solved one problem and created another. To safely absorb all that energy, Calgrontit needed the focal points. As close as he is to his ascension, safety will be the furthest thing from his mind. If he proceeds with his ascension and makes even the slightest mistake. If Calgrontit tries to ascend without the focal points, he could unleash all that pent-up energy. The resulting blast would destroy Elsweyr. Perhaps all of Tamriel. You worry more than a Norse nursemaid. To the center of the island. It's time to end this. I ran, dodged falling bricks and leapt over collapsing floors. Made my way to the surface, only to find we were a league or more in the sky. I did what any proper battle mage would do. I hid. As you can see, I'm in no condition to take on Calgrontit by myself. So I watched and waited. How did you get back here, by the way? Of course he did. If we survive this, you can explain that to me later. Now, let's go try and kill that damn dragon.
This is it. Our Krajun is now complete. Now we shall end the story that started with Kunzari, one way or another.
I am ready, my friend. Lecky guide our swords. Are you up to this, old man?
Don't concern yourself about me. Just remember, Calgrontit is perched atop a gigantic shard of Aeon Stone that pulses with enough power to destroy the continent. Concentrate on the task at hand.
That door, Calgrontied is through there.
Before we enter, prepare yourselves. And this might be the last time we have a chance to talk. So use it well.
I'll cast spheres of protection upon the grapple points when Calgrontied prepares to shout.
Let me taste your blood. One last drink before I complete my ascension. Tiresome mortals! Submit to my reign!
Calgrontied takes wing. Prepare yourself.
Something big is coming. Ready your grapple bow.
Wait for him to return, or force him to land.
Use the grapple bow when his shouts grow too large to outrun.
Use the power of the last five claws!
beat him in the air. Force him down or wait until he lands.
Grab a bow out of the way!
I will consume you! No! This is not the end! Damnable fleas! You dare attack me!
We actually did it. We killed Calgrondid.
The island. It's shaking apart. What's happening?
The energy in the Aeon Stone. We need to contain it before it explodes. Even in death, that damned dragon haunts me. If that Aeon Stone shatters, Tamriel is doomed. No, my friend. This task requires a dragon and a battle mage. Take Chimera and Sai Sahan. Find a way out of here. Nafalar and I will contain the explosion. And we have accomplished amazing things, but this isn't something you can help me with. Save the others. I need to reach that crystal before it explodes. I prepared for a moment such as this. I insist that you trust me. This one last time. If this is goodbye, my friend, it has been a privilege.
I will do what I can, mage.
Get them out of here, Chimera. I know you can do it.
Tarn!
Tarn will do what he always does. He'll save Tamriel. We need to get out of here. Nafalar, can you fly us off the island?
I must aid the wizard, or the explosion will destroy everything.
Moons take you, Tarn. I suppose I have to try. Jode, give me strength. There! Hurry, my friends, into the portal. Finally awake, I see. Come, stand with me, Five Claw. Tarn was a better teacher than I gave him credit for. When I needed to do it, I was able to open a portal. The island, it exploded, but the blast spread no farther. Tarn did it. Elsweyr is safe. I know, Five Claw. I know. I did not like the man, but I came to respect him. In the end, he was part of my family. We will honor his memory and his sacrifice. I will see to it personally. Sai went back to the Dragon Guard Sanctum to check on the others. As for Nafalar, I do not know. He was on Dragonhold helping Tarn. We can only hope. The Dragon Guard, they did so much. And you, always my champion. My words, they are not enough, yes? You have done so much for my homeland. For me. Go to the Dragon Guard Sanctum. Meet with the others. I wish to stay here a while longer. I will find you when I return. All of this makes one think about the past. I lost my family. I lost good friends. I nearly lost my homeland. But we persevered. Before I met you, there was something else I lost, though I did not realize it. Something that you returned to me. Hope. No matter what we faced, no matter the danger, you never gave up. You never gave in. You taught me such a valuable lesson. You and Tarn both. Thank you, my friend.
Look who's back.
Ah, the Dragon Guard's finest. Let us talk.
I heard the Aeon Stone Shard cracking all the way down in Senchal. I wish I could have been up there with you. The battle must have been glorious.
Sai told us what happened. Zaji is sorry he missed all the excitement. We're not that sorry.
My father and the Shields maintained order in Senchal while we made sure none of the remaining dragons attacked. I understand we have you to thank for saving us. I'm sorry about your friend, though. Abner Tharn was a legend.
Good to see you up and walking about. You were dead to the world after we escaped Dragonhold. We did it, my friend. And Tamriel owes you a great debt. You and Abner Tharn both. Damn that old wizard for playing the hero. He contained a blast that should have turned Elsweyr into ash and cinders. But did he have to get himself killed to do it? Whatever it is, we'll be ready for it. For now, though, I owe you a debt as well. Without your help, the Dragon Guard would never have been reborn. We succeeded beyond my expectations. Take this, and know that there will always be a place for you here. We did it, my friend. We reformed the Dragon Guard and put an end to Calgrantid. Not bad, if I do say so myself. I do have one last favor to ask. It concerns Nafalar. He returned shortly after we did, but he's been acting strangely. He won't talk to me. Won't tell me what happened up there after Abner... He trusts you. Can you check on him for me? Upstairs in his chamber. He seems troubled about everything that happened. Talk to him. Find out what occurred on Dragonhold after we left. Talk to Nafalar. See if he can shed any light on what happened up there at the end. And check in with the rest of the Dragon Guard. If you have the time, they all want a moment with the hero of Dragonhold. Zaji's words, not mine. Oh, you accomplished amazing things in your time with us. Latfulan, Calgrantid. But such titles, they mean more to the admirers than they do to the admired. Our Dragon Guard is young. Let them have their heroes.
When we saw the island begin to break apart, it was all I could do to stop Zaji and Casca from leaping into the pounce and sailing off to fish you out of the sea. Can you imagine trying to navigate while parts of the island were raining down? The thought... You know, I've been thinking, maybe I'm not actually cut out for the Dragon Guard. I feel so young compared to Sai. So inexperienced. I'm not sure I could have handled being up on that floating island. I did? I mean, I did, didn't I? And I took command of our forces down here while you and Sai were up there. You always know what to say, don't you? Thank you, my friend. I'll keep that in mind, even as I strive to gain more experience. You know, I really do like being a part of all this. Aelia of the Dragon Guard. I'm going to make you and Sai proud. No, that was just a slight moment of doubt. But you've set me straight, and I take my calling very seriously. I go wherever the Dragon Guard needs me. I will make time to return to Senchal and visit with my father, though. I owe him that much.
This one is sorry he missed all the action on Dragonhold. Zaji expects to be part of the next assault on a floating island, yes? The smuggling, the piracy, the drinking? Ah, this one has dropped them like a hot sweet cake. Well, except for the drinking. Zaji always wanted to be a hero. The Dragon Guard. It gives Zaji a chance to do something important with his life. Something good. But we should be celebrating, not examining decisions that brought us to this point. At least not while we're sober. Zaji still thinks a celebration is in order. Perhaps this one will mention it to the Lady Queen from Enequina. She must have enough gold to throw a proper party. There are still dragons to deal with, and the Dragon Guard will need more ships, a whole fleet of them. Then Captain Zaji will require a grander rank. What do you think? Admiral Zaji? Yes?
This Dragon Guard, it's good, but it needs work. Luckily, Sai Sahan has me to knock some sense into this sorry bunch. The work, the mission. We may have taken out the Dragon Clan mothers, so to speak, but there are still a lot of lesser dragons to deal with. For that, the Dragon Guard needs to learn how to fight. And fighting, that's my specialty. For as long as they'll have me and Captain Zaji both. Truth be told, the bearded one handles himself well in battle. I think I could learn a thing or two from him along the way. So, it works out for everyone for me to drop anchor here.
Talk to Nephilar. See...
Next time there is a dragon, Zaji does not want to be left behind.
I don't recall you jumping forward to challenge Lat Vulan.
Now, Aelia. The captain always maintains a tactical distance.
Tactical distance. Right. Zaji is nothing if not prudent.
What?
This one once had a life filled with forging horseshoes and bargaining with farmers. Now she can create weapons for the Dragon Guard, the greatest adventurers Tamriel has ever known. Quite the improvement, wouldn't you say?
So much to do, so little time.
Did Thalek really try to open a portal to Oblivion?
Ah, the Dragon Guard's finest. Let us talk.
Mask Bearer, I look around my home and see so much activity. The Bearded One's minions, they scurry like ants in the moon sugar. It vexes me. The Battle Mage wanted to contain the energy of the Aeon Stones, to keep the release from destroying anything beyond the crumbling island. I helped him achieve that goal before I returned here. I do not know. The Battle Mage was weak, exhausted, but he refused to give up. He wanted to save you, save this land. I lent him enough of my power to accomplish that task. It was the least I could do, after he helped stop Calgrantid. All I can tell you is what Calgrantid believed. He believed that with enough power, he could become a new moon in the sky, a new god to challenge Akatosh. Regardless of the truth, he had to be stopped. Now, for me, the time has come to move on. Glad that a creature as magnificent as Calgrantid had to be destroyed? No, Mask Bearer. I am disappointed that it came to that Calgrantid forced us to intercede. He was dangerous, so we ended the danger. And now, I must take my leave. Wherever my wings will take me, Mask Bearer, I must bide my time and wait for the next event that requires my intervention. It was good to see that we could work together, mortal. I will remember that. And now, farewell. We may meet again, Mask Bearer. The world is not so very large. And do not worry about the mask. Like me, it will bide its time until it is again needed. Tell the Dragon God they have my respect.
I heard the wings. Nephilar has left us? Probably for the best, all things considered. Were you able to get him to tell you what happened on Dragonhold before the island totally broke apart? Tharn's a tough old goat. If there was a way to survive, he'd find it. I don't think there was. Oh, I almost forgot. We received a summons from Queen Chimera. She wants to see us. All of us. In Senchal. She was being rather cryptic, but I think she wants to throw a celebration. Honor the Dragon Guard and all that. Beforehand, however, she wants to talk to you. You could find her in Senchal Palace. Queen Chimera impressed me, my friend. It isn't every ruler who readily puts themselves in harm's way for the sake of their people. Tamriel could use a dozen more like her. She certainly did. We'll follow along shortly. In order to make a good impression, the Dragon Guard needs to be ready. I'll instruct Zaji and Casca on proper etiquette and protocol. Hopefully some of what I tell them will stick.
If we're to appear before the Queen, then I need a bath, if you'll excuse me.
A Khajiit queen has summoned the Dragon Guard to Senchal. She must want to reward Zaji for his heroic actions. Oh, and the rest of you too. Zaji must break out the good plum brandy, not those cheap bottles Casca loves so much.
I wonder why the Queen has asked all of us to come to Senchal. I hope we're not in trouble.
How can we protect you, my queen, if you continue to leave us behind?
I am no fragile kitten, Zamorak. My duty will always take precedence.
This one thanks the moons that you and Queen Kamira both appear safe and well. Zamorak's tail turned grey when he realized he had lost his charge before we had even departed from Rimmon. We arrived a short time ago. After Queen Kamira abandoned us, we had a long march down from the north. Zamorak would have worried about her more, but we had dragons and other hostile creatures to deal with along the way. Everything and more, my friend. Everything and more. In the time that Zamorak has served, Queen Kamira has proven to be a very active monarch. She is exactly what Elsweyr needs, even if it makes this one's job ever more difficult.
Well, look who it is. My spies informed me you were in the area, but I wasn't sure our paths would cross again. There's still work to be done to repair the damage caused by Euraxia, and the Queen is very generous when it comes to compensation. When Zamorak needed a few troops to bolster the royal chaperones, I volunteered to accompany the irregulars. Oh, nothing like what we faced back in Northern Elsweyr, but then again, we weren't fighting dragons atop floating islands. Yes, we heard all about it. Sounds exhilarating. Once everything settles down, I must hear your version of the story.
What an amazing coincidence, meeting you here like this. How are you, my cherished friend? I haven't seen you since we put a crown on the head of that beautiful cat lady, Kamira. Speaking of crowns, did you happen to see where I placed my hat? I really find myself where I expect to be, either. One of the great mysteries of life, I dare say. My portals usually take me where I need to be, whether I realize it or not. Rather convenient, if a bit disconcerting at times. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mostly the latter, not so much of the former. I handled a few tasks for Queen Kamira, visited with Abner Tharn, even dispatched a dragon or two, the smallest ones, nothing too impressive. So good of you to remember. The scamps have been working day and night to finish the place. Soon it will be a perfect getaway, a retreat from all the questing and daring do. You must come visit next time you're traveling the plains of Oblivion.
Ah, Fiveclaw, you arrive in the nick of time. While I deal with my royal protectors, I have an important task for you. I need you to represent me before the Imperial General Renmus. He knows of my goal to restore the Elsweyr Confederacy and rejoin Anequina and Palatine. Given their service, I want to offer the Shields of Senchal a place in this restored kingdom. Very much so. There is no one else I trust to handle such a delicate negotiation. General Renmus has an idea this is coming. I want you to officially present the offer and determine what he thinks.
How can I get any work done with these... Ah, it's you. I understand we have you to thank for stopping the dragon and getting rid of the floating island? Thank you. But what brings you to my office at this particular point in time? So, Anequina seeks to come to the rescue of Palatine? We've been doing quite well on our own, I'll have you know. Well, who am I kidding? The shields have been getting by on luck and tenacity. And then the dragons came. My soldiers and I, we swore an oath to the Empire. If we forsake that oath and take up with Rimmon's queen, what does that say about our commitment and loyalty? I seem to be caught between my pride and my honor. What do you think, Dragon God? You make an excellent point. The Empire no longer exists, but Senchal continues to need us. It would be dishonorable to turn away from our duty. Very well. For Senshal and its people, I will agree to Queen Chimera's terms.
Father, excuse the interruption, but the ceremony is about to begin.
Perfect timing. And Aelia, I've accepted Queen Chimera's offer. We shall help her re-establish the Elsweyr Confederacy.
That's excellent news, Father.
Senshal needs the shields, and the shields need the support of a monarch. Now, come along. We need to get all of you to that ceremony.
As you say, Father.
Look, here comes the Slayer of Calgrantid.
Yeah, all 7 of them. Woo.
I told you to go easy on the plum brandy.
Five Claw, come here, please. My dearest friend, you must take your place alongside the rest of the Dragon Guard. The ceremony cannot begin until all of those I wish to honor are accounted for. Pomp and circumstance are a necessary component of every ceremony. The masses demand it. Besides, I want to honor the Dragon Guard's accomplishments, yours included. Take this reward and smile, Five Claw. We are about to begin. People of Senshal, let us recognize the efforts of the Dragon Guard. They saved Elsweyr from the rage of dragons. First, let us bow our heads and remember Abnar Tarn, who gave his life to save Tamriel. Second, it brings me great joy to mark the return of Sai Sahan and the Dragon Guard. May you always watch over us all.
The honor is ours, Queen Chimera.
And finally, join me in honoring my friend and champion who ended the threat of Calgrantid once and for all. 3 cheers for Five Claw! 3 cheers for the Dragon Guard!
3 beers? No, Zaji said enough. Thank you.
Dragons take me.
From pit fighter to pirate to honored by the Queen of Rimen, Casca can barely contain her excitement. If you ever need my help, Walker, don't hesitate to ask.
Is the ceremony over? Did Zaji get a medal? Zaji always wanted a medal.
What a moving ceremony. I feel honored to have been, honored by the Queen. Well, you know what I mean.
I need to find the Queen's court historian. I want to make sure Zaji's antics don't make it into the official record. The Dragon Guard still has much to learn, and there remain dragons to deal with. After that, I need to find my Snow Lily. Let Lyris know I'm all right. You won't believe how much I miss that beautiful half-giant.
Is the ceremony over? Did Zaji...
Zamorak suspects we will be making many journeys between Rimen and Senshal. Queen Chimera isn't fond of simply sitting upon her throne day in and day out. It is good that Zamorak never stopped his training.
I heard all about what happened with that mangy beast, Calgrantid. Well done, my friend. I just wish I'd been able to join you. Sounds like it was a worthy quest indeed. Alas, I had to see a Daedric lord about a mind-shriven horse. I really find myself where I expect to be, either one of the great... A little bit of this. So good of you.
That's the raiment of the Queen of Rimmon? It seems to lack a certain... something.
Baby, I did not realize you were so famous. It seems restoring Khajiit of the Moons was just a simple errand for one such as you. This one is a little embarrassed to have troubled you. Well, it may not be so dire a need as fending off these dragons, but it was meaningful to us. We will rebuild this city. Dragons and art thieves be damned! Adara High heard you were being honored in Senchal Walker. She decided to come see for herself. You look well. That is a relief. Struggles take their toll, Walker, and your ordeals have been extraordinary. This one is glad those experiences haven't scarred you. You are stronger from the strife you've seen. Not everyone is so lucky. Her wounds are fresh. Adara High does not yet know what scars she will carry, but Kaishke is strong in spirit. Perhaps too strong. She has pushed this one to take her to the Twilight Cantors. She aspires to join them. It's complicated. Adara High took comfort in Kaishke's quiet life. This one faces the horrors she does so that Khajiit can have that sort of peace. Kaishka has been robbed of that, but Adara High hoped she would find it again. Only if her sister sees this as a path to vengeance. A Twilight Cantor cannot carry hatred in their heart. But that is unlikely. After seeing the love Kaishka and Vijari shared, this one is certain that there is no room for darkness in her sister. She will be happy you thought of her. Enjoy your accolades, Walker. You deserve all of them.
I wish I could issue a proclamation and solve all our problems, but it doesn't work that way. For now, we celebrate. Then we must get back to work. Dragons reunifying Anequina and Palatine, re-establishing supply lines. There is so much to do. I suppose, but I will not forget what you have done for all of Elsweyr, my friend. You and Abner Tarn both. Perhaps the old battle mage deserves a statue? I will think on that when I am not dealing with the ongoing issues of state.
And so you save us once again, Mask Bearer. Tidali is pleased she was able to guide you, if only for a short time. If you ever lose your way again, just pray to Kanarthi. She is always ready to aid heroes such as you. A simple question with a complicated answer. Tidali will say this. It warms her heart to see Zadji standing beside the heroes of Palatine. This one is glad he has good friends at his side, making Narth's winds carry him in a true direction.
You did it again, champion of Anequina. I'm almost tempted to abandon my post and follow you around. See what kind of adventure you get into next time. Almost.
No matter what the morrow may bring, tonight is for celebration. I'm so proud of Aelia, and of you and the Dragon God, of course, but I'm especially proud of Aelia.
Salutations! Shazar sees that Srendar smiles upon your struggles. Such a ceremonious series of circumstances, this one cannot summon from memory. Shazar is grateful to have showered before such a celebration. The springs sparkle again, and the smugglers are seeking shelter somewhere else. There are stragglers, of course, but the skooma stills have stopped spilling their slop in the shrines and shoal. Shazar thinks you are deserving of a soak yourself.
This one thought you brave when you marched against Turo and his slavers. And now this one hears you went to a floating island and bested a dragon. It makes Safik feel foolish. Yes, this one and Daini still plan to make the voyage. But we could not leave without seeing the Queen and honoring the Dragon Guard. Isn't all this ceremony grand?
Daini is so glad to see you again. When she and Safik heard about the island in the sky and your duel with the dragon, how could she not come? How could she not wish you well? Oh, we are. Sormund will take us. But none of us felt right leaving without seeing you and the Dragon Guard receive the Queen's honor. Plus, we all wanted to see Queen Chimera. She's sleek.
Southern Elsweyr certainly isn't my home. But moments like these, maybe it's not so bad to visit for a while longer. Well, I didn't say that. But I'm glad Daini and Safik talked me into staying long enough to see this grand ceremony. We'll all be setting sail for Skyrim soon enough. Wind's willing.
Well, you sure know how to stay out of trouble, don't you? Of course, we'd all be dead if you didn't keep sticking your nose into things. Yeah, Mareki tells me we haven't taken in all the sights. Still got a few ancient ruins to poke around in, I guess. Of course, there isn't much call for a sellsword after you sweep through an area. Leave a little adventure for the rest of us, eh?
So strange that dreams can bring people and places together. I can never recall the beginnings, but they always end the same. I'm No, his eyes...
You did so well, dearest friend. The blood of my beloved made such a lovely speech. Now your tale will be spread far and wide. But could she have not spared at least a word or two about the humble Kunzari? Truthfully, not a bit. Zar's story ended where yours began, and it was a pleasure to witness your triumphs and tragedies. An honor. May the legacy of your Trajun last as long as Zar's did. No, longer. Do not mention it. Now, prepare yourself. Hero work is tiring, yes? And endless. The stories repeat, and this is your turn in the cycle. Impending doom, resolute hero, miraculous salvation. Save the world and start again. That is the way of things. And that is a story that Kunzari cannot wait to hear. For the world is a sadder place without its heroes or its stories. Farewell, dear friend.
Even with Latvulan killed, there's still plenty of dragons in Southern Elsweyr. The sooner your dragon god can rid us of these blasted beasts, the better.
What is it?
Sai Sahan has made me the official liaison between our order and the Shields of Senshal. It's quite an honor. It's a little strange that Father keeps referring to me as Dragon Guard now. Perhaps it's just his way of teasing me.
Did you see that ceremony for the Dragon Guard? Very impressive.
I'm just happy that the Shields still have a job. I wonder what it will be like working for the Queen of Rimmon.